Again, so I wanted to give my view, and it's one of the things that was said in this video in particular, but it's like someone says it's more efficient. So why the Dutch so direct? Why the Dutch always say what they mean? We have the window manager set so that they can switch over the virtual desktop. Anyway, listen to this.
Cultural stereotype means the Dutch sometimes come across as rude.
I think that Dutch are perceived as more direct because we use less often words like please, could you please, should you, and that explains why we come across as less polite. When in the Netherlands, being polite is as important as in England.
It's meant to be honest and clear, but it's often perceived as being rude and even arrogant.
The reason why cultural comparisons are problematic is that it leads to stereotyping.
Yeah, that's bullshit. But okay. Yes, there's a different view. And so I mentioned I think I mentioned it in a video. Last year I was in Korestan. I saw some people going in the Palatskultuuris, a cultural house, cultural palace, of palace of culture rather. People were going in, lights were on. I thought, what was going on? And I thought, okay, let's go in. Let's have a look. I asked, and someone said, yeah, it's about rep theater. I thought, rep theater? What's that? And he said, if you have an hour and a half to spare, you can go in. I thought, okay, I'll buy a ticket. And what happened was I wanted to buy a ticket, was led to another place. And then another guy came who had been talking, I think, with the guy to whom I asked what was going on. He came in and said, follow me. And he took me upstairs and passed the ticket checks. And he said to people, yeah, he's from the Netherlands. So I thought I didn't even have to buy a ticket, although I wanted to. And I would have, because it was also for charity. And I give to charity in any case, but... So after the concert, during the concert, I thought, yeah, I locked my bike with a frame lock, but someone could pick it up and just walk away with it. Yeah, okay. I thought it'll be okay. It's Ukraine, it's not the Netherlands. Because in the Netherlands, I had once my bike stolen, and a lot of bicycles get stolen in the Netherlands. After the concerts, I talked to the guy whom I talked with at first, who was actually a singer. So I did not know at all. But when I was talking to him, and I said, yeah, I didn't know you were a singer. And he said, yeah, I didn't know either. a bit of banter. Then the guy who gave me the tickets came, and he said, yeah, he was the director of the Palatskultuuri, so the palace, cultural house, palace. And he said, yeah, come with me. This is your bike, right? I took it inside because this is Ukraine. It's not the Netherlands. And it's funny. We used exactly the same sentence to state, in my case, it'll be okay. In his case, it won't be okay. And it's similar to this. So the English, for example, say, how do you do? But they're not actually interested in an answer. And to me, this always felt strange. In the Netherlands, in Germany, in Poland, in Russia, in Ukraine, you say something else. You say something like Goedendag, Guten Tag, Dobry dien, Dzień dobry, something like that, or another sort of greeting, but not how are you. And if you take it literally, then how are you, and you don't request an answer, and don't desire an answer, let's rather, is not polite. It's impolite. So they may think they're saying something which is polite, but I think they're not polite. I asked it to the guy from Pedal Cell, the Rim Dynamo. I thought, yeah, I'll just ask for fun. I know the answer, but I'll just ask to be sure and see how it goes. And I asked, yeah, are you really interested? He started an email with something like, yeah, how are you doing? Something like that. And I asked, are you really interested in the answer? And of course, no answer is really expected, but to me, that means I'm wasting my time thinking about whether or not there is an answer needed. Whereas if you say good day, it's just a wish, don't need to think about it, you've zoef weg, gone. It's like an indication of politeness without anything deeper. And this type of politeness from the UK, from the USA, to me is not polite. It's an indication, and they mention in this program, it came from culture, from the trading, that you needed to be, in the early section in this video, that you needed to be precise and honest about a deal so that you can trust a partner. And that's from where it comes. But I think it's efficiency. That's the deeper level. And they talk about, and this is mentioned here. This was interesting. Let's see. This. With all due respect, I think you are wrong. Correct. He is listening to me. No. When I say with all due respect, that means after that comes something that disagrees with it. That's obvious. So this is not he is listening to me. He disagrees. I think you're wrong. Yes, that's the logical answer. With all due respect, has nothing to do with it. After that comes what he really says. Perhaps you would think about, I would suggest, and do it or be prepared. Think about this idea and do it if you like. No, I don't agree with that. I would say, perhaps you would think about, I would suggest that is a possible disagreement, to think of maybe there are better options, for example. I would not say this, but also not this. Maybe if they mean it like this, that could give problems. Then you need, if you say this is an order, then you need to say that. Oh, by the way, and then the following criticism is the purpose of the discussion is, what the British mean. Possibly, yeah. This is not very important. No, not very important. I would disagree with that. That's not my interpretation at all. But so I never felt Dutch, but of course I grew up there, which means that there are things, certain behavior, etc., ways of communicating that are probably typical Dutch, but others are not typical Dutch, such as about the trading. I don't like to trade. I don't like to do actually the business part of business. I don't like to haggle at all. If someone asks a price, for example, then I think, is it worth it? If so, yes, I'll pay it. If not, then I probably won't even contact such a person, if, for example, for buying something secondhand. And an example of this, which is weird to me, I was offering a bicycle computer with wireless, and I didn't like it. It was from Sigma, which has a really stupid long-winded reset. So it was pretty expensive. I bought also a second bike kit with it, maybe in total 100 euros or so. I offered it for 30. It was in really good condition, almost like new. And someone replied or sent a message via that website on which you can offer things. That's a good offer. Would you accept? And then offer a bit less. And I thought, if you think it's a good offer, why are you offering less? I'm not sure what I did, but I possibly did not even reply to that guy, because that annoys me. If you think it's too, I've also had people who say that something is too expensive, and that's possible. That's your point of view. It really depends on the matter, but okay. But if you say it's a it's a good offer, and then you offer something less, that's weird. What you also often see is lowballing, which I also don't like at all, which is typical, of course, for trading culture, which means you see some price. Sometimes you see things offered for sale really cheaply, and I think, wow, but I don't need it. And then you see people offering, if there's a sort of bidding possibility, even lower. Then I think, what are you, crazy? And then what happens often, actually, which is funny in a way, is that others think, I'm going to offer a bit more, and then the price becomes actually higher than the original desired price. Okay, let's continue. I was a bit disappointed that. I'm very upset and angry that. Nah, upset and angry. Do they really mean that? It doesn't really matter. I would not say that. It doesn't. If someone says he's disappointed, then there is something going on. Very interesting. I don't like it. No, I don't think that's it. They are impressed. No, they're not impressed. I say things like that, but it's more like very interesting. But there are many other things that are interesting, and this is not my main interest. So maybe I'll never do anything with it. Maybe I'll never read the book that was recommended, even though I think it could be very interesting. That's just life. Could you consider some other options? Your idea is not a good one, or it needs to be modified. They have not yet decided. No, not yet decided. It is about checking all the options, which means you need to do something, and not need to do something is waiting for them to decide, because they said, could you consider other options? Please think about that some more. It's a bad idea to do it. It's a good idea. Keep developing it. Yeah, think about it some more, which means they want change. A bad idea to do it, now change it. Keep developing it. That it's a good idea is not stated. I mean, there is something about it that would be good. Yeah, I don't agree with both. Definitely not as a Dutchman. I don't think almost all of these are not how I interpret it. I interpret it more in between these two. I'm sure it's my fault. It's not my fault. It was their fault. This is the sort of thing that I feel wastes my time. And some examples are given, like seeing too many words or going around the topic. And to me, again, it feels like people are wasting my time. Get to the point, say what you want, and you can do that in a polite manner. But if you ask, for example, how do you do? I think that's a really good example of just wasting everyone's time because you're not interested in the answer. So then why not just say, hello, it's have a nice day, or something. Yeah, have a nice day. That's more something you say at the end. Whereas in the Netherlands, Germany, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, etc., you would say that at the start. But anyway, doesn't matter. Some other greeting than a question to which you don't want to hear the answer. That's an original point of view. Your idea is stupid. They like my ideas. No, I would say again, my views actually are between those. If the British really mean this when they say that is, in this case, possible. Perhaps you think about, this is an order, be prepared to justify yourself. Yeah, sort of. Oh, by the way, a lot of this is correct, but too strongly, I would say. And these are often not correct. I don't understand it like this at all. But anyway, maybe this was interesting. Bye for now.